Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is the third card. I'm doing a little bit of a series this month. So I've made 2 other cards so far, all with the Mother's Day, it's under here, the Mother's Day embossed die cuts. Now obviously it's Mother's Day, but use these at other times. They're super pretty. I'm going to go through. So there is a couple. So I've used the little lounge, little dude sitting in the lounge. I'm liking this one at the moment for the next card, because these have both been obviously very purpley. Same sort of little pansy flowers and everything else. I mean, there's a line of pansies in there, but they are really, really pretty. So I thought it was like this month, just giving different ideas. I love that one. I don't know, my brain is ticking, you know, like my brain is just like, maybe, because I really like that butterfly, but it's not going to go for the idea that I've got tonight, because it is night time here at the moment. So I'm thinking, which one was I thinking? I'm thinking this one. So we'll pull him out. Now they are all die cut, so they just pop out. You probably should just get a sharp knife and trim them up, but you know, I can't be bothered. And I like how, you know, they work out just fine. It's quick and easy. The other thing I'm going to use is this little foliage. So I have a piece of white cardstock and I'm going to cut like one of each. It's a bit longer than what I need, but it's just a scrap, so it's like, doesn't matter. So I'm going to cut one of those, and it's going to be a pretty simple little card. I mean, these had a little bit more to it with a little bit of layering and whatnot. This has got extra bits for the thanks is lifted up a little bit. This one's a little bit different as well. Same sort of, you know, you got your border hello and your border of thanks. But that's the theory behind it. So I'm going to go and cut this and I'll be back. This one, obviously, let's straighten my mat up again. This has obviously had basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to fluff around with these too much. They may be a little bit hard to see. They do. Let's just put them on there for the time being. I'm not going to play around with these too much. I'm going to take them, I mean, they're foliage. They're not anything whiz bang. You could stick these with a bit of the delicate painter's tape or something like that, stick them down and just go nuts, but you know, oops, dropped him. I'm not worried. So I've got G46 and G43, that's it. So plain and simple, and all I'm going to do is just, using my fingers, go up through the center, go down, he's a bit curled, obviously, probably because he's been sitting in the thing, but I'm not fussed. And I thought he would be a nice little simple die cut. And the colouring, let's check the colouring, because, you know, I just picked colours I didn't really know. I think that would go alright. We'll do 2 layers on him. So it's very, very plain and simple in regard to technique. I'm not doing too much really at all. I have a habit of leaving my marker tips, the lids off, so forgive me. This is real, this is what you get, you know. So I'm going to go through and do the rest of those. And yeah, I think I'll just, he's going to be in front of this big bushy thing of foliage and stuff. And some of them, obviously there's some ones in here that are super plain and simple. I mean, I could do this one. I'm not going to do him twice at all. This one, I think what I'll do is the stem will be the dark colour. And the top, the lighter. I think I just coloured my nail, but doesn't matter. I was going to put some music on, but I might show you each one. This one's obviously a little bit different, and that don't matter. Just doing a little flick upwards on a second coat. Just trying to, you could use your chisel tip, but I've replaced that one anyway, especially on the stems, but I don't use mine very often, so it didn't seem much point in me leaving the chisel tip, but you could, one, leave the chisel tip, and two, you could just use the just the brush. It doesn't matter, does it? I don't think so. What has been happening? Well, still drum with my eyes. I'm going to go to London, England. I'm going to go to England. And so leave me any recommendations. Where should I go? I have been before. So obviously the standard places are going to be, you know, Stonehenge and roaming around London and Bath, because as I said, I've been, but my husband has only been when we went on our honeymoon. It was we didn't actually stay in England for more than, you know, we were there for about a week and then that was about it. Just enough to see some of the family, not all of the family, but some of the family. And where did we go? We were in London on the way when we first arrived, because it was sort of a transit. We had a long stopover and two of my aunts came over, or didn't come over. They came up from Gloucester. One was from, she was an Essex girl. She's since passed on. And they came up and we spent the day, I think we went to Soho. Can't really remember. But I wouldn't mind sort of having a little bit more roam around. I found a cool food comery type of place to have a little bit of a, you know, a bit of a visit, a bit of a something yummy. So I'll probably go and do that with my cousin. Last time I was there, she was only very, very little, and now she's getting married. So yeah, put a comment down below. Tell me, is there any other places? So I'm also going to go over to into Wales. There was some dams and everything else. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name, but you probably all guys know those that are from England. And Elan Valley, but I'm not even going to pronounce the names of the area, but it's just a valley and it's cool. Oops, I forgot one. And because my husband's an engineer and we're leaving all the children at home, one will either be doing a gap year on the other one. Well, there's 3 children, but one may be over there. He wants to go over there, but you know, whether he gets there this year or next year or whatever year, who knows? So we shall see. So he might, if he's over there, he might, you know, tag along for some adventures and see his old parents while we're there. The eldest, goodness knows what he'll be doing. He is on the spectrum, as I've mentioned before. If you don't know, I have 3 children, 3 boys, and 2 of them are on the spectrum. My husband's on the spectrum, and God bless them, but you know, they don't really, they need a bit, all of my children need a bit of like cattle prod, you know, to get moving, to get going. So let's get a card base here. As I said, this is going to be a really simple, apart from colouring the die cards and cutting it out. I think I'm going to put a little bit of colour behind them. What colour should I get? Did I totally get off topic? Yeah, any places that are a little bit more different rather than the standard Stonehenge, Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, Bath, Cotswolds, Wookie Hole, Mouse Hole, Wookie Hole, Mount. I think there's one of each either way. Apart from those sort of places, yeah, leave a comment in the box below. Let me know, because I'm open. I'm going to have a look at some ink. I think I just want like a splodge of ink there. And I think I'll get maybe we'll stamp a sentiment. We'll see. Okay. Back. This is probably one of my more used. This is Wish You Were Here, and that's the sentiment that we're going to use. No, we're going to use take time to enjoy the little things, because I thought that would be rather nice. So I think this is just going to have all the stuff sort of oozing out around the edges and thing, and I think he's going to be grounded on our sentiment. And I think I want to bundle sage, but let's just have a look at how dark it is. These are all my Paper Rose blending tools, blending brushes, and these, a friend of mine got them for friends in Australia. You American peeps, you probably know all about it. But friends in Australia, these are, I think it's Makeup by Marco, and a friend of mine ordered these for a birthday one year. And I love them because, you know, clearly you can see exactly what colour. So I think I want that. I was just looking if I had a lighter green, but I don't have a lighter green. So I get a little bit of paper towel here. I want to have a look. Where's my piece of paper? So let's do how bright it is. I think if I soften that with, you know, obviously tapping it off and all that sort of hooey, I think that'd be really nice. I'm just going to get a little bit of the colour because I don't know, because it's just green, so I don't know whether it was a dark green or what it was. Looking at that, okay, so my battery died, so I had to change the battery. Looking at that, it would have been a little bit more yellowy green, but you know, doesn't matter. I don't even think I'm going to worry about putting a thing down, because we're going to use this. We're going to get these out of the way because I will probably lose them. So that is bundle sage, if I didn't say that. We're going to use this, and I just want a little softness, but I want him to go out far enough, obviously, to go past or at least have some colour behind see, he's very soft. Can you see that? No, you can't. I don't think you can see that very well, but trust me when I say it is super soft which was the plan. So I am gonna make that a little bit darker. So hopefully you will see it. But it is very, very soft. I might take that out a little bit further. The one thing I have done, if you don't follow me on social media, actually I think it was more on my personal Facebook, I shared this. I am a little bit excited because, yeah, perfect. I have made my first ever sourdough starter. I've been watching this woman on YouTube for quite a while. Just grabbing well, that'll do. I'm going to put this down on here and hopefully get it straight on here. Let's have a look. Oh, put it underneath there. I think that looks good. You know what? I'm petrified. Misties, they're brilliant. But I think my confidence in actually stamping now is just fallen in a heap. Is it just me? I don't know. This is the unfiltered version of Nat because, you know, sometimes when I do voiceovers, I try and get to the point. But I went, you know what? The house is quiet. That is not crooked. That is not straight. The house is quiet and I thought, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just put the video on. My niece is coming around tonight too, so, you know, this may be finished tomorrow. And you may end up with a voiceover from a certain point onwards because my husband will be home and he will be very, very loud. He is, you know, let's be honest, he is getting a little bit deaf in his old age, but he works with machines that are very, very loud. And so, and honestly, Walsh's sister-in-laws, I've got no brother-in-laws in that regard, are all, let's stamp it a little bit more. I did it very, very lightly, which is fine. They are very, very loud. When I first joined the family, I've sort of gone off on a tangent. When I first joined the family, it was me and another person that was on the scene, which is since not on the scene. Our brains were just overflowing because he was a single child, an only child, and I am one of two, and my brother is very, very introvert. To a point, I'm a weird blend of introvert and extrovert. I'm talking to you, but, you know, like through here. But honestly, if you were here, especially if I just met you, I probably would have just said nothing. Said nothing because that's what I'm like. And then I get to know you and then you can't shut me up. Let's be honest. And so I'm talking to you guys, but you know what? Like, you're not here. And so I'm babbling on. And I don't really know where I was going, but that doesn't matter. Does it? I don't think so. So, you know. But, Walsh is loud. My Walshes are loud. Not all Walshes are loud, but my Walshes are loud. And I've been around that for quite a while. So I know I am loud. I can't help it. So, And I sort of have to be because, you know, they're so loud. It's just the way it's been. Okay, so I say so a lot too, so there you go. In this little bottle is some Paper Rose. Do I have another little Paper Rose clear liquid glue. So I find the tip of this sort of, it's great glue, but I find the tip of it a little bit wide because I do a lot of finer sort of stuff with this sort of thing. So what I've done is put it into another little squeezy bottle with obviously the super fine tip. So it's great glue. I will totally say it's great glue. I need some tweezers. I just like to have a little bit finer, that's all. So I'm just going to do drops around, and then I'm going to figure out where the heck I'm going to put this baby. And I've sort of put it on the wrong side. Put the thing on the wrong side. So I think I want that down there. Yeah. So a little bit of something. Now obviously you could move this around and put this into you know, swap it, have this one because, is there another one? I don't think there is. But if they're shaped that way, just flip it over, it doesn't matter. You know, you're not going to get like the smooth rounded sort of thing. They are tucked up a little bit more, but it's all good. What I'm going to do is just put this down and take these foams because I'll just trim off whatever. Make sure you're straight. Trim off, and then you have the opportunity to use this again. So I think we'll do this one. It's got a little bit of a bubble. So I'm just doing little drops up and down his stem and just tucking him in wherever. So there might be some that, like these ones, I think I'll trim off. Let's trim off there, we'll see how far we need to go. And then, I don't know, maybe you could even use that just for like a little bit of grass or something down the bottom. I don't know, let's see. Who knows? Yeah, so I don't really know what I was talking about because I was babbling. And you know what happens to me, and maybe I'm not the only person. Hopefully I'm not the only person. Where shall we put this little dude? I was going to put him up there, but I think I changed my mind. Yeah, took him in there. I was working today. Shock horror, but I was working. And what happens quite often is I get a little bit carried away. I finish working and then I have this explosion of words, which is really quite funny because I used to be a hairdresser and that would be the last thing I wanted to do. But now I do sign language and my mouth just sort of explodes after a little bit of work. I actually had a door, one of those, well, I suppose he was a door-to-door salesperson. He wasn't really selling anything, but he wanted to attach something to the electrical meter to measure like how much everything uses basically. And we have solar paneling, like a lot of people actually in Australia have solar paneling, and so we don't have, and we have a really good rebate, so we don't spend an awful lot on electricity. I don't mean that. That sounds bad. Does that sound bad? I don't know. But we're lucky enough to have a good rebate on our electricity sort of thing. Where is this going? Okay, I've forgotten where he was going, so he's going to be trimmed off a little bit and stuck in here. And so we didn't do it, but I just gotten home from work and the guy's like, you're the nicest person I've spoken to so far that's, you know, has not gone for it. Like, yeah, because she picked me sort of, is it wrong time or the right time? Who knows? Because I was once working, well, I'm working, but one time when I was working and I was working late at night, I went to Def Club and I have to pick up a client, so I went down to pick them up. When I was going down to pick them up, I saw the police, and when I came back, and that was like 6:30 at night time, and when I came back, they were still there. And of course this time, because I was on the other side of the road, I did get stopped. I sort of led with, you're still here. I came through at 6:30 and you were here, and you now come through at this time and you're still here. He's like, where were you at 6:30? Where were you going at 6:30? And I explained to him. And they were doing alcohol and obviously drug testing. But not everyone. It started out being just alcohol, but of course, you know, they don't know who the heck I am. And I'm actually going to trim that down a little bit. And, you know, they're going to be safe. Someone's just talking 10 to the dozen. So I actually got drug tested as well as alcohol tested, you know. So it's a, you know, funny story, I suppose, in a way. Because, you know, if I hadn't been chatting 10 to the dozen, like I was, then maybe I would have generally got breath tested. Who knows? But this is what happens to me. Especially once I stop being tired and exhausted or whatever. I think I need a little bit more of that. Then, yeah, I go a bit crazy. So I'm just putting these overlapping a little bit because that's what it's going to do. It isn't going to be all perfect, and I think I need another one in there. And it will look a bit funny if I didn't, honestly. So I think that will be, can that go like that? I think that will go like that. So I've waffled on a little bit. I don't know, is this a good thing? I'm just like, no, Nat, shut up and go back to voiceover, because my house is not always quiet. That's all I'm saying. The house is not always quiet, so it's quite a matter of when I get this done. I want this to go that way, I think. And that's the thing with having 3 boys. There is one child here, Manling, I will say, because he's not a child. He's not officially an adult, but he will be in, you know, less than 6 months. Oh my gosh, how scary. But where was I going to put that? I think I've still got the angle wrong. We'll move that up there. But, oh no, I wanted to go this way, didn't I? Yeah, so Liam's 18 in October. So not 6 months. What are we up to? It's June tomorrow. Well, when you see this video, it won't be June tomorrow. It'll be nearly July. But, you know, that's what happens. So, yeah, he's October. My baby. And then that would be the last. That is the end of my dependents. I still have Aiden who lives at home. I think he needs to go down in there. And Liam lives at home, so we sort of support Aiden to a degree. He has his own money. He still clearly lives at home. Where is that going? But, you know, he is 22. So it's not as if I'm not paying any more fees for schooling or anything like that. So we have a lot of little stems. Whether I use them or not, I don't know. We shall see what happens. I'm not sure I like that one over there because he's a bit... I think I like that one there. He's a bit too similar to that one, so I wasn't really keen on him. Now, of course, you can go mental and just add a whole heap of these. I'm not worried because, you know, there is a limit to my madness. But I'm just trying to trim that off in that center so it doesn't look like I've snipped it off from somewhere else. I think, or should he be over there? I still don't like him. Yeah, so 3 boys, 3 manlings. I like that better. Okay, I know I still have to glue him down, so we'll just tuck him in there. So, where did those years go? You know, honestly, I squeezed a bit too much on that, so it's going to ooze a bit. We'll just smudge him around. So, yeah. Do you like this type of video? Be nice. You know, don't tell me to stop flapping my gums and go where else. Just, you know, be nice. We need to be nicer to people, to each other. I watch a lot of dash cam. Where am I going to put that? Dash cam videos. So, you know, if you don't know, you know, all the cars these days have all these cameras and whatnot. And I think I want him to fill in that corner. And especially, I know they do it in America because I've seen American ones as well, but here they do a lot of videos where they show people doing less than ideal road adventures, let's say that way. I think I want, see, I'm not worried that it's going to be covering that bit up. Or am I? To me, it needs, well, let's just trim this in half. Just gonna trim that. And I'm seeing a lot of videos where people are just, you know, because someone's, heaven forbid, honked at them or something like that, they're cracking a blue fit. Is it just me? Just settle. Okay, do I like that? People, oh, Anise is here. Okay, the visitor is gone. She's gone home. So let's finish off this card. I'm honestly, what do I do with my glue? honestly, I'm just going to glue these last little bits, figure out whether I'm going to ground my element or whether it is enough, grounded enough. And just get him down there. We might cover that up a little bit. Should we put some of these in? I don't know. Yes, let's do that. There is one more that needs to be glued down first as well, but we shall do them very shortly. So yeah. Just finish this off. So this is probably going to be a relatively quick and easy. Did it go there? I think it went there. I mean, it's fiddly. I will totally grant that. It is fiddly, but let's stick a couple more of these in. But I don't think it's too bad. It's a relatively easy card to do. We've kept it really simple with the colouring of the bits and pieces. Of course, we don't need to do any colouring with this little cute dude. So that's stuck down. We'll go for that one. I should go for that one. And it's just going to be a matter of adding things here and there. I think we need a little bit over here. So if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. As I said, anyone who's in England or have been to England and came across something that they really liked and think would be really cool, let me know. Leave it in the comment box below. And that's going to be pretty much it. Now my husband's getting home. So one last little thing. And that's it. That's my card for today. Take care. Bye-bye.